I think now he's taking us to his house because his family has been making some kind of medicine and now he wants to give us some of the medicine. Bing did say, be careful with Chinese medicine, can be very potent. I'm just gonna go for it. Good morning internet. It is 8 o'clock in the morning and welcome back to the channel. Welcome here to Kuitun in China. And I just have to show you this. I'm on my way to breakfast. Breakfast is right here, overlooking the biggest indoor pool I've ever seen in any hotel. Almost in every hotel I've stayed in China, there's been something like funky or modern or crazy. In the last hotel, like the shower looked like it was like from a century in the future. So I pick this one. And then you see the temperature of the water and the time you have been showering. Here I can control the temperature. And now this hotel has this massive swimming pool inside. They have a very large breakfast buffet, all sorts of buns, and then salads, sausage, breads, veggies, of course the Asian type food, rice, noodles, like that, porridge. To me, these don't look so good, but I think they're supposed to look like that. So in the last episode, you saw we went to a motorbike shop to both get new tires, and unfortunately they completely destroyed basically Bing's rim. There's a very, very deep scratch in it. But anyway, he went to another shop and there they said, no, you can ride with it. So let's hope that's the case and we won't have any issues. We're gonna try. We're gonna ride about 400 kilometers today to Turpan. Okay, let's see where we are. In the last episode we rode from Nalati. We crossed again over this part of the Xinjiang mountains to Kuitun, where we are now, and today we're going to Turpan, which is right here. So that means that Turpan is right here on the edge, back in the desert, all the way at the end of the Xinjiang mountains.
But they put a lot of air there, like 3 bars yesterday.
3 bars.
So I released some to make it less, softer.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.8 now.
Okay.
So I will check what will happen, after we finish today's schedule. 400 kilometers from
400.
To Turpan, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll see. And we'll check every now and then. Some like 20 centimeters at least.
Yeah.
And it comes inside.
Wow, yeah.
All the way outside.
All the way,
so
yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
it's like this.
Yeah, it's quite deep here.
Yeah. They painted some black paints here.
Yeah.
Like this.
But it's better to keep an eye on, if it's not
And you can
cracking.
see, they made the same thing twice. The first time it came out and to the outside of the rim, and then he tried to do it again. Yeah, go back.
Go back the other way.
But it's slipping in,
Yeah.
So there's another cut at the reach.
Yeah. All right, so Turpan is actually the hottest place in China. If you've seen the last video, we were riding up in the high Xinjiang mountains in the snow, and it was 0 or a couple of degrees below 0, and now we're going again in the extreme heat. So we went from desert like 40 degrees up to the mountains 0, and now we're gonna go back down to maybe temperatures can get up to 50 degrees Celsius there. So let's see how we will get on today. It is a beautiful morning though. So we'll be doing quite a big distance today. It's like 400 something to Turpan. But look, I don't know if you can see this, maybe not, but in the distance I can see still the high snowy mountains that we were riding in the last video. We're literally just on the other side of the mountain range. And here it is greener because here there is rainfall. And yeah, when you go to the other side of the mountain, you ride into the Taklamakan desert that we crossed earlier. Yeah, getting out of the city again, always a bit of a time-consuming job. Welcome to the oven that is Turpan. So actually today is not even that bad. Well, so far the tire pressure on Bing's rear tire seems to hold, so that is very good news, because yeah, otherwise we'd have a very big problem. We are now riding to a pretty special place, which is like a 45-minute ride out of the city. Wow, what an entrance! So I am now riding to the lowest point in China. Ooh. Here it is. The lowest point in China and the second lowest point in the world. We are 154 meters below sea level. So I am now in what's called the Turpan Depression, which is the lowest and the hottest place in China. And yeah, we are 154 meters below sea level. And that makes it the second lowest place in the world, after the banks of the Dead Sea, which is even a lot lower. I think that's about 400 meters below sea level. And this depression formed due to tectonic activity. So the same collision of the Indian and the Eurasian continental plates that caused the uplift of the Tian Shan mountains that we crossed, that also created the downfaulting of this basin. And today we're lucky because it is not even that hot, but it can get up to 50 degrees Celsius in this place. And originally there used to be a lake here, but it is completely dried up. There's only like some salt left. It's still a little green here, but there used to be a huge lake here, but it's completely gone. Exactly 154 meters. But if you go in here,
a little bit lower even. You see?
Yeah. Evidence. Ah, it says here, yeah. 154.31. But maybe we ride past that old dwelling, see if we can see something.
Oh, right. Yeah, we turn left there.
Yeah. Right. Let's get out of this deep hole, basically. Look, this is where they dry grapes to make raisins. See if I can have a peek inside. Ah, here they also have them laying outside the grapes. But in these structures, they hang them so the wind can go through and the grapes are drying. Oh, you can see them hanging here. See, they're hanging right there, all to make raisins. Looks like they just hang them because they don't look very dry yet. See, they have these buildings everywhere here. Look how many grapes. Good?
Bean eats everything.
Why they put these ones outside?
I think this is already nearly dried.
Almost finished.
Almost finished, or this is just leftover. Almost dried, and they'll put it outside.
Mmm. Very sweet, huh?
Yeah, and a very good quality.
Mmm. So good. So these places where they dry the grapes are traditional Uyghur structures, and they call them chunches. And it takes about 40 days to dry the grapes until they turn into raisins. And they are the best raisins from China, come from Turpan here. They are so sweet and just absolutely delicious. See, they have them everywhere here. All filled with grapes. See, and then here they are growing the grapes themselves. Fields after fields of grapes. I mean, if they are the best raisins of China, the demand is probably high, so they'll try to produce as much as possible, I'm sure. Okay, we are back in Turpan. We are looking for the entrance to an ancient, incredible tunnel system. Well, actually there are lots of entrances, but they are kind of hidden. Yeah, maybe we have to ask some locals here if they can help us. The only thing is the language barrier, because in like small villages like this in Xinjiang, the people only speak Uyghur. They generally don't speak Chinese. Maybe down there. Like there.
Here's on the map.
I'll just check that place, okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't know?
This is just right there.
Yeah, I think I saw something.
Okay.
Ah, here. Here. Ooh. Don't fall in the hole. No, it's only that one opening, right? There's no further openings here. Here. Ooh. Yeah, that's deep, eh? See, it's meters deep. Also here, no water though. Okay, we're still looking for an entrance. Like a good entrance. Here maybe. No. Ah. Here. This is your friend?
No, he's not.
Oh.
He's just only a driver. I asked him where's it.
Ah.
And he's trying to point.
But he says that way.
He's gonna lead in.
Ah, he's gonna show us? Okay, we found a local guy who will help us, because it's really difficult to find an entrance to the tunnels. We've been looking everywhere, unsuccessful so far. The scooter has such mini tiny little wheels. Yeah, we would not have found this. We're now just riding in between the fields of grapes. Ah, okay, park here.
Directly from the canal.
Ah, you can drink it, yeah?
That's the mountain summit. And this is how they make the wheels.
100米深的金库，然后这边
100 meters of wheel.
Yeah.
这样子挖过来，一个
And
土拉
they're
过来
getting，shorter and shorter when the terrain getting more plain.
Yeah.
So,
So close to the mountains, the wells are very deep.
yes,
And
it can be like 100 meters. He says.
欧洲嘛，
He says you look so cool.
I look cool.
我可不可以走进去走的？可以再沿着这个走吗？
哎，那个地方我们小的时候玩呢，那个有嗓子秀。
Wow. I can actually go further than it looks. See, I can see some daylight in the distance. There's probably an opening there. So I am now in one of the tunnels. This is called Karez, or I think also Kanat. And this explains why in the hottest place in China, pretty much in a desert environment, it's so green everywhere. And you have trees and you have vines and grapes. They can only grow here because they are irrigated. So from the Xinjiang mountains, where we were in the last episode, they have created these underground irrigation channels. And a couple of episodes ago, when we were on the other side of the desert, I also mentioned this, but then we couldn't find an entrance to one of the tunnels. But basically they bring water from the Xinjiang mountains all the way here. And the reason that it is underground is that obviously if it would be above ground, it gets so hot that the water would just evaporate. So by doing it like this, they protect the water. And this kind of technology originated actually in Persia around 1000 years BC. And then it spread to China, this technology, via the Silk Road. And at its peak of this system, that was during the Qing dynasty, Turpan had between 1000 and 1700 of these networks, and they can bring 20 to 30 liters of water per second they can transport here through the tunnels. The total length of all the tunnels combined at its peak was 5,000 kilometers. So right now a lot of the tunnels are not in use anymore, but they still use it because Turpan only receives 20 millimeters of rain per year. So the only real way to get water is still via these tunnels. The depth of the vertical shafts is not so long anymore here because we are in Turpan, but closer to the mountain, the shafts can be up to 90 meters long.
So this tree is more than 70 years old, and then he
uses the tree to
like
go...
this, you know, when he was young, when he was a kid.
这个配食品嘛，好看很这里面
Yeah, okay.
配食品。
Let's check out this tunnel. There's an opening. Look, this is much bigger. Incredible how big the tunnel is here, right? And this is all dug out by hand, you know. It is the idea that this has been done, you know, hundreds of years ago. And then 5,000 kilometers of tunnels. See, the top here is covered with branches, so you don't accidentally fall in, I think. Yeah, the entrances are just so hidden that you won't really find a place to actually go down into the tunnels, you know? It's easier to find like a small opening to peek down, but to actually get in yourself, it's almost impossible to find these places. But yeah, he actually maintains the tunnels together with his wife, because it regularly needs like, yeah, I don't know, opening, or sometimes a well dries up or it's blocked. I think now he's taking us to his house because he was saying that his family has been making some kind of medicine for generations, which is very good for your stomach. I don't really know why he started talking about that, to be fair. And now he wants to give us some of the medicine. So I told him I don't have a tummy ache at the moment, but Bing might try it. Bing did say be careful with Chinese medicine, can be very potent. Ah, this is where his truck was. Ah, he lives here. So we are offered some grape, of course, and these big ones are plums. I'm gonna try one plum. These are amazing. Wow, now we're getting some watermelon as well. Oh. Oh, we're getting like lunch. That's so nice. Oh, it looks amazing. Wow.
这是我自己做的东西，这个自己做的。你肚子有孩子人喝也没事。哎，姑娘，这个我给你送了2个。
What is it made of?
I don't know. 这是什么做的呀？
我奶奶谁都不给说了，就给我说了，不说行不行
It's a secret.
Ah, secret.
It's a secret.
Secret. Ah,
Secret.
but it's only plants,
I wouldn't like to disclose the prescription.
the ingredients.
Yeah, the
But is it only plant or is it also
全
animal?
都是药，草药。
全是草药，自然的，就水果一样。
There's only herbs inside.
Only herbs.
Yeah, only herbs.
Are you gonna try it?
Yeah, the color looks a little dusty. I don't know if it has expired or not, but I'm going to try it.
Okay. But I thought you had to take it on an empty stomach. No?
他说吃了饭可以吃吗？不用就早上不吃饭这样子喝。
早上喝嘛最好，现在喝也没事。
That's the best, if you
When
drink
you
it in
just
the morning.
eat.
But he said it
Ah, it's
doesn't
okay.
matter.
这个
But
自然东西
do you have to drink the whole thing in one go? What does it smell like? It's strong smell.
Smell.
It doesn't smell so bad. It smells a bit like honey, yeah.
Right. If it has some any side effects, please call ambulance for me. All right.
Okay.
120.
120.
120.
120. Okay.
You just
good.
use your Chinese phone call 120.
120. Okay. Just take a little bit first.
那他说我说我可以一次性把它喝完是吧？
全部喝完，全部。
You have to drink it up.
The whole thing.
Yeah. It only once you open it, you have to finish in 8 hours.
Okay.
If the temperature is not very high, but in this season, you probably need to finish in one go.
Okay.
就这样直接喝掉吗？一口。
全部喝掉，全部。你全部不喝嘛，那个没有意思了。
Ah, very brave.
你这喝嘛，血管也好了。
I feel so good now. Oh, I'm so strong. I can ride a bigger motorbike now.
Okay. Bye. That was really, really nice. It's always so lovely when you just get invited in a home, and now we were treated with lunch, the best fruits. I finally also learned my first word in Uyghur for thank you, which is actually Rahmat, which is the same as Kyrgyzstan, right? Because yeah, the Uyghur language is a Turkic language, so it's all very much related to other Central Asian languages. They can probably understand like 60% of Uzbek and Turkmen and Kyrgyz. So he spoke pretty good Chinese, and right now the children here in school, they only learn Chinese. They don't learn Uyghur in school. And that also means that the kids nowadays, they don't learn how to read and write Uyghur, because Uyghur uses Arabic script. Well, they still will speak Uyghur at home, but they don't learn it in school, and they don't learn how to read and write it. They will only learn Chinese. And then the older generation, so he himself can speak pretty good Chinese, but he cannot read or write Chinese. But his kids can, so it's within one generation it completely flips. So now there's of course electricity here, so most people will have air conditioning. But before, in the old times, every traditional Uyghur house here, they would all dig a basement to escape the extreme summer heat, and that basement would usually be right next to the channels, you know, right next to the tunnels where the water would flow, and that's where they would sleep in the midst of summer, because that would be the only place where it would still be kind of cool. Okay, we are at the last place that we want to check out here in Turpan. So welcome to Jiaohe. This city is 2300 years old, and it's actually the oldest, best preserved and largest adobe city in the world. This place is absolutely enormous. Jiaohe was the capital of the Yushi people, an Indo-European group of people that lived here in the Turpan Basin. And the Yushi were not a very large empire, but it was a small strategic oasis kingdom. You have to see this place as a fortress right in between two rivers. So they had a water supply, they had good lands, and they were sitting right on a very strategic place on the Silk Route. And now this city is unique because it looks like there are structures everywhere, but these structures were not built, but they were carved out from this plateau. So I am walking on a Lus plateau, and every building that you see is carved out of that same Lus. And Lus is an accumulation of wind-blown silt-sized particles. And that means that Lus is mainly formed by aeolian processes, so that means wind, during ice ages. And that's why you find Lus formations usually downwind of continental glaciers and large desert areas, like here. Now the Han Dynasty already captured Jiaohe in 108 BC, and much later, centuries later, got taken by the Tibetan Empire, then it got conquered by the Mongol Empire, and then it got recaptured again. Now it's part of China. So this city is absolutely huge. The Lus Plateau covers 22 hectares. So it's about 1650 meters long by I think 300 meters wide, and then it has sheer cliffs on either side. I think 30-meter high cliffs. So I'm actually now on the side of one cliff. See, I'm now right on the edge, and if you go 30 meters down, that's the end. And then you see, I don't know if you can see that, but on the other side of these trees, there is another plateau there. So at the height of the Jiaohe kingdom, there were 6,000 civilians living here, protected by 1,800 soldiers. So that's how many people used to live in this city, divided over 700 different families. You know, you can still see like the windows of some of the old houses. See that? Light is so nice now. It is 8:10 at night and the sun is going down. It's absolutely deserted here. I'm really amazed. So, as the sun is setting, I'm going to end this video. That was it for today. I really hope you liked this video. I absolutely love this area around Turpan. So many things to see and discover. So I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below and then I'll see you in the next video.